Okay, guys, I'm here with my review of WrestleMania 6 as part of my WrestleMania review series. To hopefully get anyone who may watch this video, and especially myself, a little bit excited for WrestleMania. Like I said, I'm going to try to have this done by WrestleMania, but don't count exactly on it. Anyway, WrestleMania 6 was April the 1st, 1990 from Skydome in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The only international WrestleMania. And in fact, WrestleMania has only been outside of the U.S. twice, and it was in Canada both times, so I don't really know much. I don't really know how they can really go that international. I've never really had a WrestleMania outside of North America. So, anyway, the show opens with Robert Goulet singing "Oh Canada." Well, that makes sense. At least they didn't trot someone out there to sing "America the Beautiful" in Canada, because, well, that would just be silly. That would just be silly, wouldn't it? Anyway, our opening match is that of Koko Ware versus Rick the Model Martel. It's an okay little match. It's 1.5 stars. Martel wins with the Boston Crab. The second match of the night is the WWE Tag Team Championship match. The Colossal Connection, Andre the Giant and Haku versus Demolition. Okay little tag match, 1.5 stars. Demolition win. This was Andre the Giant's last match. And it is predominantly a handicap match in terms of works like one, because Andre doesn't do really anything in this match except make saves and some stuff like that. So it's predominantly a handicap match because Andre was in failing health. So memorable moment, Heenan slaps Andre, and then Andre essentially turns face on Bobby during Heenan after 3 years of being with him. So Andre essentially went out on a very high note. So next match, Hercules versus Earthquake. 1/2 star. Earthquake wins. So next match, Mr. Perfect versus Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Okay match. It's 1.5 stars. Beefcake wins, and this was the first loss that Mr. Perfect sustained. So it was Brutus Beefcake who did that. Our next match, Roddy Piper versus Bad News Brown. Oh, this is a no-star match, and on top of that, it's probably the most racist match in the history of the WWE, since Roddy Piper has painted half his body black for this match. And I don't know who told Piper that was a good idea, but it certainly wasn't, having this kind of a thing here. So match goes to a double count out, so it's no stars. So then we have the Hart Foundation versus the Bolshiviks in a really quick, blink if you miss it, match that goes like maybe I believe it went 18 seconds. I believe it's the same amount of time that Sheamus Daniel Bryan went from 28, but I could be wrong. I know it was under half a minute. And the Hart Foundation with the heart attack. So then we have the Barbarian versus Tito Santana. This is a 1/2 star match, coincidentally. Bolsheviks and the Hart Foundation, no stars. Barbarian and Tito Santana, 1/2 star. Barbarian wins with a flying clothesline. So then we get one of the matches that most people know took place on this show. A mixed tag team match. Dusty Rhodes and Sapphire versus the Macho King Randy Savage and Sensational Queen Sherry. Sapphire did a lot for Dusty Rhodes, and she was a very interesting catalyst for rivalries. She's at the forefront of his feud of Savage that went to SummerSlam 90, and his feud of DiBiase in a way started because of Sapphire. So. And of course, that would eventually lead to Dustin Rhodes coming in briefly in the WWE in '91. So, but did Sapphire belong in the ring? No, especially not against when she'd have to be in the ring. She would have to be in the ring against Sherry, a former women's champion, which is a complete mismatch in terms of that. But after some interference from Elizabeth, Dusty and Sapphire win this match. So, right booking decision. Even if Dusty Rhodes was given polka dots as a rib, he went and he made it successful. So our next match is the Orient Express versus the Rockers. 1 star for that mixed tag match, by the way, and 1 star for this tag match. It ends, the Orient Express win by countout. The really bad thing is that the match that the Rockers and the Orient Express had at the Royal Rumble in '91 is actually a much better match. That is much better than this. It got a lot more time than this. And due to a segment involving Honky Tonk Man and Greg Valentine, I kind of wonder where some of these, if that's why some of these matches were so short. Because really, Hogan and Warrior is only around a little over 25 minutes, so, of a approximately 3.5 hour card. There are too many matches on this show, though, with 14, so it was the 90s, and people were trying to, you know, WWE was trying to get as many people on the WrestleMania card as possible for the big payout, because this was the majority of their money at that time. Next match, Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus Dino Bravo. Half a star, Duggan wins. Even though he chants USA and all this in Canada, and he's made the face in Canada, even though Dino Bravo's from Canada. I still don't get these kind of ideas when the WWE go to other countries, that you don't make the guy from the country, whether they're face or heel, you make them the face for the match, and you book the other guy as the heel. But WWE's never been one to do those kind of things. But Duggan wins, and then Earthquake drops him. So our next match is probably the other than the main event, is the best match on here, and it's the $1 Million Championship match. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase versus Jake the Snake Roberts. It's a 3-star match. Roberts DiBiase was a very good feud in the year 1990. And Jake cut a very, very good promo right before this. That really helped escalate the match, and this match ends on a count-out, which gives DiBiase the belt, but it was a non-sanctioned belt, so you can win it on situations like that. Excuse me there. But after the match, Jake hits the DDT on DiBiase. But DiBiase won by countout. So then we get the match between the Big Boss Man and Akeem. DiBiase beats the Boss Man up at the beginning. This match is just a bad match. It's no stars, and the Boss Man won. This would be Akeem's last WrestleMania appearance until the gimmick Battle Royal of WrestleMania 17, when he showed up as the one-man gang. So, our next match. And before this, you had the segment involving Rhythm and Blues performing their new song, Honka 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 Honky Love. The only reason I'm mentioning this is that Diamond Dallas Page is a part of this in a way, because he drives Rhythm and Blues to the ring in a pink Cadillac that he legitimately owned. That's really all this thing contributed to that. Next match. Jimmy Superfly Snuka versus Ravishing Rick Rude. It's a half-a-star match. Rude wins, and this is Jimmy Snuka's first of 3 WrestleMania appearances, of which he's lost all 3 matches he's had at the event. Rude wins at the Rude Awakening, half-a-star. So then ultimately we get what this show was built around and was most remembered. The Ultimate Challenge. The first ever face versus face match in the WWE, and the first match in which it was title for title. WWE Championship versus the Intercontinental Championship, as the WWE Champion took on the Intercontinental Champion, as it's Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. And a 5-star WrestleMania classic. That is one of the few big man or physique matches, if you will, that shows that a good story can be told here. These two told a very good story, and you know, these two guys told a good story. While it's not Warrior's best match at Mania, it's definitely Hogan's best WrestleMania match by a long shot. at least from a match quality standpoint. His most significant match at WrestleMania is him and Andre WrestleMania 3, but this is his all-time best WrestleMania match, just because it cemented the Warrior the right way and Hogan put him over. Warrior's best match at WrestleMania and his best match in general would come the next year, which is for the WrestleMania 7 review. So, that's a 5-star match. This is a WrestleMania classic. Probably one of the top 10 WrestleMania matches of all time, which involves the Ultimate Warrior of all people. Think about that. Hogan got a lot out of Warrior. Not as much as Savage got out of him the next year, but Hogan got a lot out of Warrior. The story in this match, like I said, was just phenomenal, kept you on the edge of your seat, and that's really what a good wrestling match should be. You can have a lot of submissions, a lot of technical wrestling, and a lot of that. But if it's boring, ultimately, is it a good match if most of the fans are dead for it? This is a match that the fans were not dead for. And that's the mark of an overall good wrestling match. Is a match that does not kill the crowd, or a match that the fans are just so into. That's what makes a good match. And all that. So, like I said, 5-star classic. WrestleMania 7 is next. That'll be uploaded tomorrow after I watch it. If you like the video, hit the like button down here. Hit the subscribe button down there if you want to leave a comment. And thank you for watching.